I'm just thinking about life and how if you're not where you want to be, it's 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 not the end of the world. Okay, I need to talk about something today because my goal is to post more videos. So, let's see. I've been at my job now for 5 months and 20-ish days. In 10 days, it's going to be 6 months. I started in February and I'll be hitting 6 months in mid-August. And by the second month, I wanted to quit. I really did. I was like, okay, I'm done. It's not glamorous at all. And I remember how much I struggled, how much I fought to just get a full-time role with benefits. It took me 5 years, let's say. And then when I actually started trying, it took me 30 months to land this job. Up until this point, in the very beginning, when I moved to New York, I worked in retail. I was a sales associate. And I worked in luxury retail. So there were a lot of pros with that and cons, but pros was that I was doing high-end selling and I had clients that were spending $5,000 a year or up to $25,000 a year that would shop with me. And I did that for about a year. And then before I quit, I met someone at Saks that worked in catering, hospitality, events, and I was able to get another role. So when I quit, I wasn't like jobless per se. I just didn't know what direction I was going to go into. But while I was at Saks, I knew that I wanted to go into tech. That was my goal. I wanted to work in that industry and I wanted to see what I could do. What impact could I create? And then, so I left retail, got into hospitality, did that for a while. While I was at Saks, I did not work full-time. I worked part-time. Catering, I worked part-time. And then I found a contract position with a real estate startup. And I was able to do that kind of whenever I wanted, freelance. I didn't really make money, but it helped me with my resume. That's why I did it, so I could add it to my resume. Then the pandemic hit. Nobody was trying to buy or sell or lease. And I kept my position with the company up until the summer. Then I was basically unemployed, but I found a job working at e-commerce. So I was helping customers online at home. I did that for 8 months. That was a temporary gig. And then in November 2020, they offered me permanent part-time status. So I wasn't just temporary part-time, I became permanent part-time. The company was like, we like you, we want you to stay, great. But then in December, I found a position at another company in tech and I was like, I'm done with this. And now I have my full-time gig with benefits and I get to work from home, but they want us to come back into the office later this year with a hybrid working model, 2 days at work in the office, 3 days at home. And it was really stressful, the transition. It's still very stressful. It's not the most glamorous job. That's what when people ask me what I do, or when I tell them where I work and they're so stunned, I'm like, it's not what you think. It's very stressful. It's not glamorous. It's a lot of the stuff people don't want to think about. That's what I do. And I'm very grateful because it took a long time to get here. The journey was not easy. Like, I really believed that I wasn't gonna make it happen. I thought there was something wrong with me because I couldn't just make it click. I could not make it click. My interviews would just not go well. People didn't believe me when I spoke. They didn't see that I wanted it or that I was certain about myself and the position, and that I was just kind of aiming to aim. But the one thing I do have, besides maybe I'm missing skills in different areas, I have heart. So if I want something and I decide that I want to achieve or accomplish or go get it, then I figure out how to make it happen. I get laser focused and I make a plan. The plan is to go get it, and then things just kind of align and people come out of the woodworks and things happen so that I can get to where I'm trying to go. And, you know, I've been asked, I was talking to a coworker and he asked me if I was happy, and I just couldn't lie. In my head, I'm like, I enjoy working with the team. I love our team dynamic. This is what makes it fun versus the work that we do. Because the work is not, it's not it. But the people I get to work with, like, incredible, A1. And I was listening to a clip from Zendaya the other day, and she was just talking about happiness and how we should put happiness at the forefront. And throughout my experience, I've struggled so much financially, just trying to be self-reliant, self-sufficient, and trying to do things for myself, pay my own bills. It has not been easy. Like, I literally can't even imagine what it would be like to be a multi-millionaire, because it feels like money is always coming and money is always going. Also, I could do better with my finances and checking every dollar and seeing where things go. It just feels like it shouldn't be that I'm making more, but I'm also spending more. It should be that I'm making more and I'm still living within my means and I'm saving extra or investing. And that's what I've been doing this year. I started investing, and I opened a Roth IRA. I'm trying to contribute minimum $500 a month so I can hit $6,000 before the end of the year. So that has been fun. I think I'll be close to hitting the $6,000 by the end of the year. And I was putting in a lot of money investing, but I had to adjust because of the vacation I took and just my spending habits in general. I'm realizing a lot of money I'm spending on transportation. I Uber a lot. I swipe for quick meals here and there, not expensive, but it adds up. So food has still been a struggle. Getting around, I gotta do better about that. I don't really shop. I feel like I buy things that I can wear all the time. And I just donate a lot of things at the thrift store. Yeah, if I shop, it's very low cost, and then I just repeat the cycle. And yeah, I haven't been happy with myself because I'm not where I want to be, and that always happened. I don't think I'm ever going to be satisfied. I know that I could be pushing myself so much more. It's kind of like wanting to read a lot more, but you just don't pick up a book. It just is, it's like, what are you doing? That's how I feel. Like, no one is coming to save me. Nobody cares. I have to be the one to do it. I have to push myself. I have to go for it. I'm just thinking about life and how if you're not where you want to be, it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world if you're not where you want to be. There's just a sense of urgency that one must connect and take advantage of, and basically decide, okay, this feeling that I'm feeling, I don't like it and I want to change it. What I struggle with a lot is feeling my feelings and being okay with what I'm feeling. And then using those feelings to make, a connection that I want more for myself. And I obviously have to go within to do the work to do that. So, I don't know. I feel like my happiest days were in the beginning when I first moved. I just was so open, so full of life. My eyes sparkled. And I just wanted an adventure like I could not imagine. And my time has been eventful in a good way. And now that I'm growing and I'm adulting and learning kind of how things happen and how things work, I'm realizing it's very hard for me to conform to these things. And I'm not liking this idea of molding into kind of what is. And I want to break out of that and do my own thing. And so I'm trying to grasp the idea and the concept that it's possible to build myself again, because I've transformed, I've adjusted, I've adapted, I've changed so much. The one thing that I need to do is just learn how to make money without depending on an employer. That's kind of like, once I figured that out, game over. So yeah, like that's what I'm trying to do little by little, is just kind of figure out ways to improve. I told myself my resolution for this year was 1% better, 1% better a day. So, I got a new job, started working out, I kept on drinking water for the most part. I'm saying no to things I don't actually want to do, which I feel great about. I've cut off and/or limited conversations with people that are toxic and/or just they drain my energy. I don't feel full after talking to them. I feel like I'm suffocating. I've improved what I've consumed, I feel. So all the people on YouTube that I watch are other Black women that I love their content. I love their content. I love what they're about. They make me think critically about different things happening. Spiritual wellness, financial wellness, physical wellness. I can't live in a situation. I feel like this is a stimulation and I can't live like this anymore and expect to grow at the speed that I want to. When I went to Mexico, I met this man. He's like, you got to pay your dues. This man was like 67. He looked good. He was older. He had 3 grown adult children. And he basically said goodbye to his 9-to-5 life and was living life out in Mexico and bought a real estate. And he said he had done the corporate thing. He made lots of money. He was very successful on the outside with his materials and his possessions, but he felt alive leading that. He now felt more alive. And that to me was the definition of success, feeling more alive. Feeling like you like yourself. You like who you are. You like what you do. Like you like what you're about. And you don't feel like you have to do something. You feel like you want to do something because it gives you so much. And that is something I'll never forget, because I'm like, that's what I'm working towards. That's who I'm trying to be. I'm trying to be someone that feels more alive. I'm trying to feel like this is something you know, that continues to give more of myself to others. Like, how can I contribute? What can I do? And I just feel like jobs come and go, you know, but the time, the energy, if you're waking up and you're not even liking what you're about to see, there are people that are so happy and they make less. And there's some people who are so happy and they make more. But I think it's the ones who are not happy and they're making less that are in, you know, not the best space, not the best spot. And the ones that are making a lot, but they're not happy. It's just like, I think everyone has the opportunity to put themselves in a place, hopefully, given the circumstances, where they can pursue something that they actually enjoy doing and that pays them well. And I'm still searching for that myself. So I just wanted to make this video for today. Make sure you subscribe. Thank you so much. Like this if you liked the conversation.